fighting for their freedom. We raised the voices against the British rule. Many of them, even in the past, among the scholars, they went to the extent to give fatwa to say that Muslims should not learn the English language, the language of the oppressors. So we don't even learn English language. That was the way of the past scholars. They even gave, fatwa to the extent that don't learn English language because we hate the British rule. That is how we were. And you are telling us we are anti-nationals, and you are telling us that we are not serving our country, and you are asking us to leave this country because we don't stand up for Vandemataram. We people, we didn't even learn English language when the people like Bankim Chandra, they were serving for the British Indian government. So you have to understand who is actually the people for this country and who are the people who are anti-India. Now let me get into the next very important subject. Rabindranath Tagore, he writes this letter to Subhash Chandra Bose. It's very interesting. It is actually talking about Vandemataram. What did he write? Rabindranath Tagore says, the core of Vandemataram is a hymn to goddess Durga. This is so plain that there can be no debate about it. Of course, Bankim Chandra does show Durga to be inseparable, united with Bengal in the end. But no Muslim can be expected patriotically to worship the 10-handed deity as Swadesh, the nation. This year, many of the special Durga Puja numbers of our magazines have quoted verses from Vandemataram, proof that the editors take the song to be a hymn to Durga. The novel Anandamat is a work of literature, and so the song is appropriate in it. But Parliament is a place of union for all religious groups, and there the song cannot be appropriate. When Bengali Musalmans show signs of stubborn fanaticism, we regard these as intolerable. When we too copy them and make unreasonable demands, it will be self-defeating. Tagore, he further says, Bengali Hindus have become agitated over this matter, but it does not concern only Hindus. Since there are strong feelings on both sides, a balanced judgment is essential. In pursuit of our political aims, we want peace, unity, and goodwill. We do not want endless tug of war that comes from supporting the demands of one faction over the other. So this is what Rabindranath Tagore, he had to say, saying that this is actually glorifying, this song, Vandemataram, is glorifying the goddess Durga, and the Muslims would not be very happy in reciting this for sure. Rajendra Prasad, who was presiding the Constituent Assembly on 24th January 1950, he actually made it as a national song, considering that apart from the entire 6 paragraphs or stanzas, only the 2 stanzas were considered as the national song from the original Vandemataram. So we have to understand the history of this Vandemataram, that right from the beginning itself, there was so much of criticism. There were people who were against it. It is not something which is started up now. And we must understand everyone has got their own right to practice their religion, and we have our own values and freedom and our rights to express our feelings. And if we don't understand the differences, then we would not be able to live as a pluralistic society. And we always claim to say that India is a pluralistic society. What does it mean? You have to value each other's sentiments. If you are bringing anything, any law or any legislation, it has to be compatible with all the people. It has to be compatible with the Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, and for that matter, even the Dalits. So you can't bring up a law which is suiting only one group of people, which is only satisfying the needs of one section of people. We don't force the people who are not Muslims to come to the masjid and pray. Do we force the people who are not Muslims to eat the beef? We don't force, because we are not supposed to force. La ikraha fid din. There is no compulsion in religion. Qad tabayyana rushdu minal ghayy. But the truth stands clear from falsehood. So we are there. We can preach, but we can't force anybody to stand up for Allah. Can we do that? So similarly, you can't force us to stand up for Durga, or you can't make us to stand up for Lakshmi, or even for Jesus for that matter. So all the things that we have brought in front of you, it's all based on historical facts with proofs and evidences. In case if anybody wants to challenge these evidences, then they are welcome to have a dialogue, inshallah ta'ala. We are willing to have a dialogue, not just with few people, but with the leaders of the Muslims, with the leaders of the Muslim community in India. We'll call these scholars. You know what people do? They go to Shah Rukh Khan or Salman Khan or one of these Bollywood or Tollywood actors among the Muslims, and they would go and question, what do you say about Vande Mataram? Do you want to stand or not? And one of these Bollywood actors who don't know much about the religion, they would say, yes, we have no problem. They even stand and they even sing song like A.R. Rahman. He sang song for which he got the, the BBC award as the second best song. Vande Mataram was selected as the second best song. So we don't want to take the examples of those who don't know much about religion, who don't know much about the Quran and the text of the Hadith. We would want you to have a dialogue with the scholars of the religion. We want you to have a dialogue with the people who are not deviants and who are not ignorants. Please come and have a challenging discussion which can bring some fruits and which can bring some benefits to the people of India. And we want to develop India, inshallah ta'ala. We want to see India progress, and don't get caught up with these differences. Yes, you may have the differences, but you can't enforce your values onto us, and nor do we want to enforce our values onto you. And time and again we find in the media some people saying that if the Muslims, they can't show their patriotism by singing the songs such as Vande Mataram, then let them go out of India. So I would want to say, whom are you asking to leave? We are the people of India. We chose Islam as our religion while renouncing our forefathers' religion. We are the native people of this land. We were born here, and we will rule here, and we will die here. This is the land where the Muslims ruled for 800 years. You see the Qutub Minar, you talk about the Taj Mahal, you talk about the Red Fort, you talk about the Mysore, you talk about Tipu Sultan's empire and all of these things. The Muslims ruled for 800 years. And we are the native people of India who have chosen this religion, Islam. We speak the languages of the Dravidian. We speak the languages which are of India. We are the people who speak Hindi and Urdu, and we speak Tamil, and we speak Kannada and various languages. We did not come from Arabia as a whole, and we are not the people who are Arabs. We are the Indians who have chosen this religion, Islam. So we want you to understand the sentiments of the Indians who are 100% Indians and who are Muslims also 100%. We would not compromise on a religion, and we would want to see our country progress. And if you are willing to do that, and we are willing to have a peaceful discussion for that. With this, I end my talk. May God bring peace, and whatever good things have come in the course of my talk, it's all from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And whatever mistakes might have possibly happened, it's because of my own deficiency. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.